A confident young man, fan in hand, approaches with a persuasive offer while his companions follow closely. A determined shout erupts from him as she places a supportive hand on his shoulder. He gestures emphatically with his fan, asserting his influence while two companions echo his words. He listens intently, eyebrows furrowed in contemplation, while the woman stands poised, partially turned away. A shadowed face smirks as a finger rests thoughtfully on the chin. Words laced with defiance. Blushing with nervousness, he stands as she clutches his sleeve, surrounded by amused onlookers. A worried woman suggests retreating as he reassures her with a confident smile and comforting words. Flames flare around him as he stands tall, strength surging as the woman watches closely. His eyes narrow with intensity, voice firm as he demands the intruder's leave, echoing his earlier fiery resolve. Flames encircle him as someone charges forward, urged by a defiant command to attack. He leaps forward with a powerful punch, making contact with his opponent, igniting a surprised expression. With a fierce shout, he lunges forward, fist aimed with determined precision, ready to strike his opponent. Tears well up in his eyes, teeth gritted in determination, as the tension escalates. Fist clenched and face fierce, he charges forward with unwavering focus and determination. Effortlessly dodging the punch with a confident grin, he outmaneuvers his opponent, showcasing his agility and precision. A swift backhand strike sends the opponent sprawling, blood splattering as the young man narrows his eyes with fierce determination. Standing triumphantly, he raises a hand while another lies defeated on the ground, tears streaming down their face. He stands confidently as a woman blushes, her admiration evident, hearts and energy radiating around her in awe. Blushing deeply, the woman leans forward slightly, her lips parted in a soft utterance, eyes shining with admiration and warmth. Kneeling gracefully with a gentle blush, she softly requests another session of Tuina, her eyes filled with warm anticipation. His expression serious, he points upward, proposing a personal check before proceeding with Tuina, echoing a supportive tone. Blushing gently, she nods with a soft smile, while a reassuring voice tells her to trust her husband's skills. A determined expression on his face, he reassures her with a confident assessment as they sit across from each other, glowing energy between them. He evaluates the situation, noting no discharge, while applying gentle pressure to the wrist, ensuring a smooth energy flow. Blushing, she touches her cheek, questioning the nature of the intriguing medical art with a curious gaze. Glowing orbs surround an outstretched hand, as new data reveals symmetrical nodularity in bilateral ducts. Lifting her hand to her mouth, she listens intently as he evaluates the situation, finding no major concerns. Blushing and curious, she covers her mouth, eyes wide, asking about lobular hyperplasia. Sweat trickling down, he reassures her with a patient smile, promising to explain the details later with a gentle hand gesture. With determination, he discusses the need to advance medicine by opening a school to cultivate more medical talent, focusing on female physicians. Fingers poised delicately, he confidently reassures her of his examination skills, promising effective care despite the lack of a speculum. Radiating warmth, she pleads urgently for help, her eyes wide with discomfort as he maintains a composed demeanor, ready to assist. Blushing and surprised, they lie close together, exchanging comments about the exam and the necessity of acupuncture for her illness. Hearts flutter as she gazes upward, marveling at Wudalang's endurance with a blush and whispered admiration. Her mouth opens in an emotional outcry, tears sliding down her cheek, emphasizing the intense moment. Hearts hover around her as she extends her hand upward, softly urging, just a little bit more. Favorability on the brink of 100%, she reaches out, her anticipation and emotion rising. Blushing deeply, bodies leaning close, they whisper an emotional plea for Jinlian, amid a shimmering, ethereal glow. Tears streaming, she pleads emotionally for more support, emphasizing her surrender to Dalling's overwhelming influence. Emotions flare as her favorability reaches 100%, radiant energy enveloping her euphoric expression. A blinding flash of radiant energy envelops the scene, signaling an overwhelming culmination of emotions and power. With a surge of newfound power, they gain the strength to lift 1,000 jinn cauldron, preparing for unmatched potential. Pan Jinlian's exclusive talent unlocks, boosting favorability among women and forming a combination bond, enhancing subordinate loyalty. With a confident smile, he clenches his fist, declaring Pan Jinlian's favorability as a powerful advantage to sway officials. A confident promise fills the air as he assures Jinlian of a good life, his eyes locked with hers, conveying sincerity. Startled by early morning knocking, two surprised figures in the bath glance around, questioning the unexpected visitor. A concerned woman, speaking hurriedly, suggests handling the visitor as steam swirls around them. Blushing softly, she gazes intently, her expression displaying a mix of emotion and anticipation amid the morning's surprise. With an intense gaze, he listens attentively to the concerned figures surrounding him in the dimly lit room. Blushing softly, Shunlin and Chunmei stand together, their favorability increased as sparkling energy surrounds them, reflecting newfound confidence. Gratefully bowing, she thanks him for his life-saving intervention, referencing Madame Wu's detailed account of his heroic actions. Grinning cheekily, he stands flanked by two others, expressing relief at their well-being. With intensity, she leans forward and declares it's time for serious business after thanking him, mentioning their exposure during medical treatment. Startled, his eyes widen in shock as he stumbles backward, arms flailing in a comical display of surprise. Chunmai leans in, whispering playfully to her sister, who warns her not to scare the official with a teasing smile. With a determined expression, she insists he take responsibility and marry her and her sister, their eyes locked intensely. A surprised expression crosses his face as she approaches, addressing Dalang with a knowing look and an unfinished statement. Conflicted and uncertain, he stands surrounded by concerned figures, contemplating his next move as tension fills the room. With a reassuring smile, she stands close, emphasizing kindness and virtue, while he listens with flushed cheeks, slightly startled. She speaks softly, raising concerns about their actions being misinterpreted as demanding repayment for gratitude, her eyes reflecting sincerity. Held between two determined sisters, he listens as they passionately argue against becoming nuns, their eyes locked on him intently. Tears streaming down, the young man smirks defiantly, recalling deceptive words about taking in more sisters from the night before. Feet step in unison, contrasting in attire, hinting at a shared purpose and synchronized decision, moving forward together. With a calm expression, she explains the significance of marriage customs, suggesting that the sisters' proposal would face parental disapproval. Blushing, she gently reveals their parents' passing 2 years ago, her expression soft and emotional. Tears glisten as she speaks of their vulnerability, highlighting the sisters' solitude and lack of support. With a concerned expression, he offers condolences to Miss Lan, raising a hand gently, showing he means no intrusion. Clutching his sleeve, she pleads desperately about their helplessness, her face full of emotion as he listens intently. A shadowed face lowers, expression tense, as a warning scroll labeled danger hovers, highlighting the consequences of recent words. She advises sincerely, suggesting they seek stable marriages as proper wives, her expression full of concern and gentle authority. A determined woman clasps her hands over her heart, expressing sincere intentions and praising the officials' honorable actions. Asserting their willingness, one sister questions the elder's motives, while a surprised figure points and exclaims in response. Facing the challenge, she firmly confronts the other, emphasizing her status as the formally wedded first wife amidst the dimly lit room. Tears form as she grits her teeth, recognizing the need to submit under Pan Jinlian's domineering presence. Kneeling with hands clasped, she earnestly pleads for acceptance and survival, her demeanor respectful yet desperate. A storm cloud looms over him as she sternly turns away, signaling disapproval with a chilling. A bead of sweat trails down his tense face, reflecting the gravity of the moment and his inner turmoil. She gently extends a hand, urging the kneeling woman to rise, acknowledging her pitiable state with a reluctant acceptance. Holding her hand tightly, she imposes 2 conditions with authority, her tone firm yet offering reluctant inclusion into the family. Sweating nervously, he raises a hand, proposing to handle the finances as the women exchange questioning glances, one responding with, "I agree." She resolutely declares their intention to leave if they cannot contribute financially, determination clear in her voice. Suddenly, he spirals through a swirling vortex, hands clutching his head in a frantic attempt to regain control. He stands firmly, declaring his authority over the house with a determined expression, asserting, "I am the head of the family." Nodding with determination, she observes him nervously watching her, reassured that their relationship can endure this latest challenge. With a composed expression, she acknowledges the situation, affirming her role by stating loyalty to her partner. Standing closely, she gazes confidently, sparking a favorable response as his cheek flushes, their dynamic shifting with newfound charisma. Amused, he questions the situation, marveling at the unusual dynamic and contemplating the women's enigmatic preferences. He stands with conviction, addressing the women about past choices, while she hesitantly admits her willingness to marry, fostering a tense uncertainty. His expression turns contemplative, questioning if Jinlian's actions or his own shortcomings are causing the group's hesitation. Suddenly, a new quest appears, prompting him to help Chunlan and Chunmai start a business as he muses about the penalty. Pondering deeply, he contemplates a recipe-related quest, realizing food might be key despite only knowing how to make egg-fried rice. Amid scattered papers and beverage containers, he sits with a delighted expression, clutching a milk tea, recalling his past obsession with Wu Yue. With a determined fist and confident smile, he promises to teach a money-making business, assuring 10 guans a day in less than a week. Suddenly, all three women react with wide-eyed surprise and confusion, exclaiming, "Huh?" in unison as they gaze downward. The women react with disbelief and skepticism, discussing the idea of earning 10 guans equating to 10,000 flatbreads, questioning its feasibility. Cheerfully gesturing, he asks them to wait, promising they'll soon be convinced of his confident plan. Suddenly, he charges ahead, clutching a sack in his determined teeth as the women gasp, frozen in shock and disbelief. Focused and determined, she prepares a culinary display, announcing, "Glutinous rice balls to replace the pearls." Eyes fixed on the task. As she expertly ladles the mixture, he contentedly sits, crafting straws from reed stems with a satisfied smile. With a focused expression, she pours the tea into a bamboo cup, cautioning about steeping time to prevent bitterness. Steam rises from a bamboo cup, while he enthusiastically shares a tip about achieving the perfect texture for taro balls. Smiling, he presents steaming cups on a tray, instructing them to try using reed straws as they curiously inquire about the beverage. She crouches forward, positioned between two figures, underscoring unity as they prepare for the next step in their culinary venture. Three figures sip through reed straws, tasting the tea with attentive curiosity, their expressions reflecting focused enjoyment of this new experience. Eyes wide, she gracefully extends her arms, encircled by glowing butterflies, exclaiming her desire for more with heightened enthusiasm. Blushing, they express amazement at the tea's exquisite blend and texture, likening the experience to riding clouds, eyes wide and sparkling. Amid swirling leaves, they exclaim joyfully about the tea's divine quality, feeling the positive impact and favorability increase. She sips the taro ball milk green tea, questioning its potential to earn 10 guan a day, eyes filled with doubt. He confidently gestures, proposing the plan as both women, holding their drinks, listen intently, captivated by his assertion. With a confident grin, he gestures, proposing to outline the 10 guan earning method, but first suggests calculating the costs. Calculating costs, he outlines the ingredients and materials for the milk green tea, totaling 19 wen, as all three listen intently. Shocked, she questions the feasibility, comparing the high cost of their tea to ordinary tea soup, eyes wide with concern. With a confident smirk, he announces the price is set at 100 wen, finger raised in emphasis. With eyes wide in shock, she questions the steep price as he confidently prepares to explain his strategy. Amidst swirling energy, figures elegantly sip tea, showcasing the refined grand drinking method using bamboo tubes and straws. He confidently presents his unique recipe, the air swirling with brown sugar cubes emphasizing the delicious taste. Grinning with determination, he confidently outlines a marketing strategy to boost product awareness, using gestures and glowing words in the air. Confused, she questions the concept of celebrity effect and hunger marketing, seeking clarity amid her doubts. She eagerly leans in as he promises to reveal the secrets behind their marketing strategy in 3 days, offering support and resources. Blushing, she teases him softly, reminding him of the younger sister's presence. Surrounded by affectionate support, he receives a group hug from 3 women, each beaming with hearts floating around them. As he energetically dashes outside, she and her companion exchange embarrassed, blushing glances, music notes surrounding them. Contemplating logistics, she holds a sack, pondering the need for an extra bed to accommodate 4 people comfortably. At Simon Estate, he stands determined, planning to build a prototype store due to limited resources, gazing solemnly at the entrance. Grinning confidently, he gestures grandly, emphasizing the importance of gaining Yanggu County's famous noble lady, Wu Yuang, for their success. A hand confidently grasps the ornate lion-head door knocker, intent on making a compelling entrance. He responds calmly, identifying himself as Wu Ji, the doctor summoned by Madame Wu, while Wu Yuanyang's maid, Xiao Yu, listens attentively. With a welcoming smile, the maid guides him inside, acknowledging his status as Madame's guest. A woman elegantly swings under blossoming wisteria, catching the attentive glances of those nearby. A voice shouts Xiao Yue as the woman swings gracefully, gripping the ropes, her expression calm and focused. With shock and urgency, 2 young figures react, one shouting in disbelief about the identity of Shimin Qing's daughter, Simen Deji. A vibrant, glowing screen reveals details of an epic encounter quest, highlighting tasks and rewards with vivid clarity. Eyes ablaze with excitement, he clenches his fist, determined to tackle the quest for 100 points and unlock the shop. Standing together, Wu Jai looks startled as she urges him to move quickly, fearing the madame's impatience. Amidst cascading wisteria, she gracefully swings while below. He gazes upwards, holding a briefcase, their paths converging under the dappled sunlight. Cheeks flushed, she touches her lips thoughtfully, gaze soft yet intense, reflecting deep contemplation or a silent decision. As she steps forward, the maid informs him to wait while she announces his arrival, leaving him pondering thoughtfully. A woman stands before a decorative door, delivering instructions to invite Dr. Wu inside with calm authority. A figure kneels before a bright window, addressing the approaching person as Madam, amidst scattered sunlight and shadows. Her lips part as she acknowledges Dr. Wu's arrival, her tone both welcoming and mildly surprised. Bathed in soft light, she kneels gracefully, her expression calm and subtly inviting, as shimmering sparkles surround her. Holding an acupuncture needle with precision, Wu Jai directs Madame to remove her clothes, preparing to perform the treatment. He stands assertively, expressing indignation at perceived rudeness, while she calmly sits, maintaining a poised demeanor. Grinning confidently, Wu Jai reassures Madame he'll blindfold himself to maintain propriety during the acupuncture procedure. Blushing slightly, she acknowledges the uniqueness of his medical methods, expressing her limitations as a married woman with a thoughtful expression. Startled, she widens her eyes as he firmly holds a piece of cloth to her mouth, tension crackling between them. Amused, he laughs while explaining his own blindfold, leaving her puzzled and questioning her covered eyes. Amidst glowing statistics, he grins, poised to distribute attribute points strategically, enhancing his charisma and persuasion skills. With a confident smile, he explains the blindfolding to calm the spirit technique, emphasizing its ability to ease her mind. Blushing slightly under the blindfold, she clasps her hands tightly, voicing her concern about propriety. With a calm expression, he reassures her of his integrity, while she listens intently, clutching her hands nervously. Her lips part slightly as she whispers, acknowledging his exceptional medical skills with a blush under the dark blindfold. Clutching her robe tightly, she resolves to overcome her struggles and secure her place by having a child. Her robe swirls dramatically as she worries about Shimin Qing's potential betrayal if her father suffers misfortune. Under a soft glowing light, She lies blindfolded on a bed, surrounded by shimmering sparkles, her posture calm and composed. Holding a thick needle with intent, he reassures her to bear with the procedure, his gaze focused and determined. A glowing needle is grasped between his fingers, poised for the blue sea-tide generating needle, Shangguan acupoint technique. Determined eyes focus intensely as he extends his arm, confidently striking with force, evoking a rush of power and precision. The acupuncture needle glows brightly as he confidently pierces her skin, while she lies back with her lips slightly parted, surrounded by glowing mist. Electricity crackles around his hand as he directs the glowing needle towards the Kuichi and Tianshu acupoints with focused determination. Energy surges around her, blindfolded and gasping, as the acupuncture effect intensifies, illuminating the room. Electricity surges around her leg, illuminating the room as energy crackles with intensity, highlighting the acupuncture's powerful effect. Sweat beads on her brow as she admits the pain also feels good, lying blindfolded amidst the glowing needles. Startled by a shout, she clutches her robe tightly, while a voice urgently asks, "Hey, are you there?" Gasping, she clutches her robe tightly, urgently calling out Seaman, Shing amidst a tense, electrified atmosphere. He questions why she drags her feet wrapped in a quilt on a hot day, his tone curious and slightly puzzled. She lies back, flushed and trembling, whispering about a fever as energy crackles around her. Sweat drips down her blushing face, eyes swirling with dizziness amidst the crackling energy. Sweat beads on her forehead as she senses a faint musk, eyes wide and mouth agape amidst the dark energy. Gasping intensely, she leans back, overwhelmed, and exclaims, "I'm dying! Let me catch my breath amid swirling energy." Blushing deeply, she covers her mouth in shock, hands trembling slightly as she processes the unexpected revelation. With an inquisitive expression, she questions, "What's wrong with you now?" Her gaze sharp and direct. Hands clutching her stomach, she suddenly grimaces, expressing discomfort. He declares his departure to buy medicinal herbs, entrusting household affairs to the women and warning against seeing Nunshu. Watching from behind, she stands in the doorway as he gazes across the bright, cracked ground, alone in contemplation. A blinding flash envelops the space with intense energy, sparking shock as they react with astonished exclamations. Energy surges as she is enveloped in radiance, mouth open in shock amid the cascading light. Radiant streaks of light cascade from the sky, shimmering brightly above the lush greenery, reflecting the evolving energy around them. Clutching her shoulder, he gazes intently at her, determination evident on his face. Tears glistening, she clenches her fists tightly, conflicted and asking, "What should I do?" Amid gentle candlelight, she straddles and restrains him on the bed, urging firmly, "Stop fighting." As tension rises, she firmly confronts him about his warnings, asserting her own judgment with a determined expression. Tears stream down as she listens to the probing questions, concern etched on her face reflecting an inner conflict. Eyes narrowed and mouth slightly open, he listens intently, reflecting on Seaman Ching's notorious reputation in Yanggu County. Sharing drinks, they smile smugly, commenting on Wu Yuanyang's habits and implying why Seaman frequents their courtyard. Steam rises around her as she stares, bewildered, while he leans forward questioningly, concern evident on his face. Suddenly, she clutches her stomach, wincing in discomfort as tension fills the air around them. With a concerned expression, he pleads, "Madam Wu, please calm down a little," while seated before her. With a knowing gaze, he compares her beauty, contemplating ancient methods to coax effectively. Amid laughter, he gestures dismissively toward the women while inner thoughts reveal his intent to divorce her in the future. Sweat trickles as her tears mix with a glowing heart between them, expressing intense emotion and closeness. A woman gently suggests to official Wu that Yuan Yang will give him a massage, creating an intimate atmosphere. Enveloped in ethereal light, she hesitates, gently parting her lips, an unspoken confession on the verge. Glowing hearts float in the dim room as ethereal particles dance gently around them. Sweat forming, he shouts intensely, eyes wide with determination and resolve, confronting the challenge head-on. Points and favorability rapidly increase as she closes her eyes, achieving a new milestone of connection and devotion. Exhausted, he collapses onto the bed, exclaiming about his overwhelming interactions and treatments with a weary expression. Amid gentle light, she expresses her intent to continue learning massage, as he calmly suggests resuming later. Suggesting strategy, she proposes feigning illness and returning to her maiden home, reflecting on intentions to protect and plan against Ximen. Smiling confidently, she lays out her plan to uncover Ximen Qing's secret ledgers during his absence, plotting to trap him with evidence. Addressing concern, she reassures about safety, mentioning trusted aides and a servant girl's kung fu skills, highlighting her own training with her father. Fists clenched, their determination intensifies as the characters prepare for the upcoming challenges. Bathed in glowing light, they exchange reassuring words intimately, emphasizing strategy and future plans with determined expression. Embraced closely, she smiles softly, whispering her commitment to follow the official's wishes, creating an intimate agreement. Wu Yuanyang displays a confident smile, her new talent revealed as the text explains her protective abilities and strategic bond combination. Eyes narrowing with determination, the plan unfolds to store grain and prepare soldiers for the Jin troops' southern advance. Sunlight filters onto the street as Wu's tea drink shop opens, with 3 figures standing attentively behind the counter. Smiling confidently, he stirs a steaming pot over a bright flame, determined to perfect the recipe for their business plan. Inhaling the fragrant aroma, people gather eagerly outside the shop, curiosity piqued by the delightful smell. Raising a hand, he enthusiastically offers free samples to onlookers, while a skeptical voice questions if it's a scam. Confusion spreads as a potential customer hesitates, refusing the free sample, fearing they'd have to pay, while another observes the situation unfolding. A skeptic loudly questions the exorbitant tea price, pointing to a board displaying 100 yen a cup, stirring debate among onlookers. With wide eyes, the crowd erupts, shouting about the outrageous tea price, urging Wu Da to stick to cakes amidst accusations of scamming. Behind the counter, 3 figures attentively serve as the crowd gathers, intrigued by the commotion and prices. Concerned, she suggests lowering the tea price, noting they haven't sold any despite half a day's effort. Clutching her chest, she expresses agreement with Sister Xunlan's perspective. With a confident smile, he assures them not to rush, promising an exciting event ahead. As the crowd reacts with surprise, attention shifts to a palanquin with summon written above, signaling an unexpected arrival. A foot confidently steps down from the palanquin, signaling the arrival's significance as the crowd's attention heightens. As a veiled woman steps down from the palanquin, onlookers murmur about her identity, suspecting she is Madame Wu Yuanyang from the Ximen estate. A veiled woman gracefully places a coin on the counter, captivating his full attention with her elegant presence. A veiled woman, smiling, mentions using a refreshing powder as he listens intently, captivated. With a cheerful smile, he pours taro ball milk green tea and offers it enthusiastically to the honored guest. The veiled woman elegantly sips the taro ball milk green tea through a straw, expressing delight in its refined presentation. Eyes closed, she blushes deeply, savoring the tea's delightful texture and unique taro ball, expressing profound enjoyment. Eyes wide with astonishment, the veiled woman questions the tea's essence, likening it to jade dew dumplings of the immortals. Radiant waves envelop her, eyes wide and mouth open, holding the drink with an expression of shock and delight. Excitedly, he urges his companions to notify their mistresses about the praised tea, fearing punishment for any delay, while they gasp in response. Eager voices echo as a crowd gathers, each raising money, demanding to taste the acclaimed milk green tea. Amid radiant light, 3 women savor the tea with delight, exclaiming delicious as they experience the drink's exquisite taste. A bustling crowd eagerly reaches for more tea, voices rising enthusiastically as he serves behind the counter. Clasping her hands, she expresses gratitude and optimism about their future, while another praises their husband's extraordinary qualities. Eagerly addressing the crowd, he smiles and gestures, limiting each person to 2 cups of milk green tea to ensure everyone can try it. A confident smile forms as he strategizes to expand brand awareness, aiming to let more people taste their milk tea. A young master strides confidently toward the shop, declaring his desire to taste the costly tea. Offering 500 yen, he gestures confidently, asking to let the young master taste the tea first as the crowd looks on. A stern figure points and instructs a customer to line up, ensuring order amidst the excitement. Overwhelmed, his eyes bulge and mouth gapes open wildly, shocked by the unfolding situation. Amidst the tension, a fiercely determined figure grips another's arm, issuing a stern warning not to cause further trouble. A veiled figure sternly warns the young master to respect the prominent figures of Yanggu County and protect the Hua family's reputation. A woman points accusingly, while a man reacts with surprise and embarrassment at her bold claim about the Hua family dynamics. A figure declares they'll line up, threatening to sue and smash the shop if the tea isn't delicious, while others observe with apprehension. A confident figure smirks and clutches a fan, while another stands solemnly nearby amid the tense declaration of intent to destroy the shop.